Hey everyone, this is my video addressing the recent Gooseworks controversy, reactions to the controversy, and overall just my thoughts on it. A few disclaimers before we get this going. One, explicitly, do not attack or harass any of the individuals shown in this video. We are supposed to be better and do better than the people we were talking about, and I will not tolerate any sort of harassment or bullying. And another one is this video does briefly touch on some triggering or more taboo topics such as harassment, bullying, as well as some sexual references and stuff like that. So just a little, beware sort of thing before we get right into the video. I will be absolutely as brief as I can about this. Basically, in a discussion for the final 2 episodes of The Amazing Digital Circus, Gooseworks said that the focus will be on Pomni and on Jax. You know, basically, essentially, what are the 2 main characters of the show? And people got pissed. She got absolutely flooded with harassment and claims of misogyny. I am going to be a little mad for the rest of this video. People are so stupid. Anyways, the backlash was so intense that Gooseworks deactivated her Reddit and her Blue Sky account, and even tweeted this. Quote, "I have considered never touching this franchise again with a 10-foot pole." End quote. It really says something about your show's fandom when the creator doesn't even want to touch you. Reminds me of, the My Hero Academia situation. The creator won't even appear in public. He's gotten so many death threats. And also, this isn't the first time there has been this intense of backlash regarding Gooseworks over nothing and something stupid. Back when episode 2, or Candy Carrier Chaos, of The Amazing Digital Circus came out, there was a lot of backlash for how people portrayed Jax. And this community is absolutely parasocial in a lot of instances, even to the point where Michael Kovac, the voice actor for Jax, has gone online and asked people to stop spamming him and being parasocial. The shipping community here is absolutely rabid, and do not get me started on the countless Elsa-gate adjacent content farms involving pregnancy and stuff like that are absolutely disgusting. It devalues the creator's work, and it's a way for people to make a quick buck off of not just children, which adds a whole other disgusting layer that countless communities have had a problem with. Rumi from K-Pop Demon Hunters went through this whole Elsa-gate adjacent thing, and Minecraft quote-unquote kids content has gone through the same sort of stuff. You're directing this stuff at kids, basically trying to generate clicks so that you can make money off of something popular and off of kids, basically making brain rot content. And it is completely devaluing to the original artist and creator. A lot of these are freaking AI, too. It is absolutely crazy. But alas, I digress. There was another situation regarding a dating sim with The Amazing Digital Circus. Gooseworks and Glitch Productions asked that they not go forward with this, and they complied. People's response to this was absolutely, totally, 100% rational and not emotionally volatile at all. Yeah, if you believe that, you'll believe anything. And something you gotta understand is while these directors and developers can make whatever they want, if their blessing had been given for this dating sim game, which the creator had already stated will not have romance in it, then that would have made it look like it was canon. And as we already mentioned, the digital circus fandom, parts of it are absolutely rabid and would have just started a lot more drama and fighting in a fandom that already has a lot of it. Now, as far as all of these quote-unquote controversies go, you're probably noticing a bit of a pattern. None of these are inherently bad things, very subjective and a matter of opinion. Well, not to the people online, because they're screaming like the world is about to end. And this is a huge problem that has happened with another creator in particular. I'd like you guys to step back with me about 4 years ago into internet history. We are talking about the online content creator and showrunner known as VivziePop. In 2021, Vivzie put out this tweet. Quote, "My mental health is at an all-time low between everything online and behind the scenes. I have been already having trouble getting back to messages. I'm going to try to spend less time online. I'm sorry." End quote. Which is perfectly fine. You know, she really needed to do that because the Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss fandoms, which are two shows that this creator made, have a reputation for being extremely toxic and very like gatekeeping and purity testing, trying to make up controversies regarding homophobia and pedophilia and making abuse funny out of things that are completely out of context or misunderstood. She also just receives a lot of hate from people who just hate her show. For some reason, indie content creators like VivziePop and Gooseworks seem to draw a massive amount of hate for just being who they are. Another thing is VivziePop received some criticism for this tweet. This part to me is he lists all this shit, but considering Republican politics, he's basically saying his Christian and pro-life stance outweighs his stance on science, equality, and everything they work against. End quote. For those of you who don't know, Scott Cawthon is the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, and in 2020 election, he made some donations to the Republican Party because he is a Christian and has more conservative values, which he is perfectly allowed to do. And VivziePop was basically making fun of the fact that he is Christian and pro-life, which, even as a Christian myself, she came across as a bit condescending and rude, but nothing super criminal or illegal. So at the end of the day, no hard feelings. And people freaking doxed her for it. A bunch of FNAF fans went after her and doxed her, which is unbelievable behavior on their part. And, like, what gets me about the internet is why can't we just respectfully disagree with people and have discourse and intelligent conversations? So what you're seeing with Gooseworks is what you're also seeing with Vivian Madrano. I don't know, I'm not super intimately familiar with any other creators that have received this much hate, or rather indie animation creators that have received this much hate or level of harassment. And again, these controversies are happening over, with the exception of Vivzie commenting on politics, basically over like writing choices and things in the show. People seem to forget that this is their show. They are allowed to do what they want with their show. And you are allowed to criticize and say you don't like it. I think everybody should have a say so long as they aren't being, like, making calls to violence and stuff like that. And, like, again, their shows. They are allowed to do what they want with their shows, and you are allowed to criticize them. But doxing and harassing somebody, basically trying to bully them into getting to do what you want, is hypocritical in some cases. Like, some of these people will preach that they're oh so progressive and accepting, or that they love God, and then immediately go and attack people simply for disagreeing with them. And that is incredibly hypocritical and disingenuous. You seem to forget that creators like Vivian Madrano and Gooseworks are people too. They have feelings, they have thoughts and desires and dreams. So the next time you go to attack somebody or call them a name, remember, you are talking to, regardless of their social standing, sexuality, religion, creed, or race, you are talking to another human being, and you should ask yourself, how would I want to be treated or addressed if I was doing something like this? Please remember that these creators are people too. Just because they're rich or powerful doesn't mean that they don't have feelings, or that we should attack them just because they did X thing and X thing upset me. Anyways, this video was basically just a rant and to address some controversy. If you stuck out till the end, I appreciate your watching. Please like and subscribe for more. Also, go follow me on TikTok. I will be posting regularly again on YouTube. And again, thank you for watching. Peace out.